I believe that we're really only able to find a solution for a problem once we fully understand it. Otherwise, we'll constantly be dealing with the consequences and never really getting ahead. We might feel temporary relief, but it'll soon pass. And when it does, we'll likely already have new problems to deal with. We need to get to the root cause of a problem in order to find a long-term solution. We often fail to plan effectively because our default settings aren't programmed to think in the long term. We evolved by prioritizing the now, because if we didn't survive today, tomorrow didn't really matter. Luckily for us, we live in a time where we can think long term, and those who do reap the benefits. But even though that's the case, it doesn't come naturally. We do need to put in some effort to adjust our defaults so that we can learn to be better planners over the rest of our lives. A good plan acts as our North Star. It shows us the direction we need to head in and what's required to get us there. A plan is an ideal and it can't account for everything, so it's normal that, even with a close to perfect plan, things don't always feel like they're going according to plan. But our plan should accurately reflect how the world actually works, and not just how we want it to work. This means taking all the good and all the bad into consideration, to give us a realistic picture of what we should expect to happen. Our plans should always reflect our core values and what matters most to us. It should show us the path towards being the person we most want to be. We can make these things clear just by thinking about them. Daydreaming about our ideal retirement or about all the things we want to do in our lifetime can help show us what's important to us and what a life well lived looks like to us. It keeps our priorities in focus, which can help us avoid being swept up in what everyone else is doing and feeling like we need to keep up with the Joneses. When we're able to plan effectively, everything else seems to fall into place. We can focus on our own plan, knowing that if we continue to do the right things, we will end up where we want to be. This allows us to block out the noise that can distract us and even cause us to move further away from what we really want. And if we have a plan that takes into consideration all of the good and the bad, plans that are based on conservative historical averages rather than trips to the moon, we won't feel the FOMO that takes hold of most, and we won't be tempted to deviate from what we know will work. On a day-to-day basis, this will look like making the hard choice over the easy choice. At the time, it might seem like an irrational choice, but hard choices today result in an easy life in the future. With planning, it's just like most things. It's easier said than done. But once it is done, it gets a whole lot easier.